2012 is when I graduated from the UW program in communication leadership, is what the program is called now, but at the time was a master's in digital media. And it has been a launching pad, not just for being able to teach at a couple of reputable schools, including EvCC's, but also it's given me the opportunity to revamp 2 of our company's websites. Absolutely, and do like interactive engagement. I think a class without a valuable discussion among all the students is, while not a waste of time, certainly a humongous lost opportunity to learn from the students and learn what matters most to them, because it's not what I know, it's what you need to learn. And if I can't master that, the most important thing is what you want to learn versus what I know, then what good am I? I mean, I can share everything I know, which may or may not be much, but what matters most is what you want to learn or what you want to get out of the class. So, had this in the back of my mind. I want to teach. I have that bug to teach. And Northwest U in Kirkland gave me that opportunity. And after 4.5 years there, a chance, thanks to your journalism director or advisor, Andrew Wall, and the dean of the Arts and Resources College, Gene Leader, interviewed me in December and gave me this golden opportunity. And I hope it's not the last. I really enjoy it. So. I interned at a CBS affiliate, not owned by the network. Okay. Fall semester of my senior year of college, which was at a tiny school in Minnesota. I also was the sports director of the campus radio station and a segment producer for the campus TV station that did play-by-play. It's rather remarkable, if it's okay to say, because after working as a sports editor for a small weekly newspaper in southern Minnesota in literal Little House on the prairie country, I then moved to Laredo, Texas, right on the Rio Grande River, and started out working for a daily newspaper covering boxing as a sports columnist, and then fell into the TV job in Laredo at an ABC station at the 7th smallest market in the country. And then straight from Laredo to what was then the 13th largest market in America. Everybody at some point has to get a little lucky, but the harder you work, the luckier you get. In 1991, I won for Best Sportscaster in that Great Lakes region. Did receive a Golden Quill, was voted or selected as the best sports reporter in Pittsburgh 1998, 99, and 2000. I worked there for nearly 4 years before getting into all sports radio. It was one of the very first, if not the first, radio station in the country whose morning sports program on an all sports station wasn't just pure sports. It was sports and entertainment, Hollywood news, impersonations. But being able to write journalistically as a print journalist for newspaper or magazine, without that, you have no building block. It's like a house on sand. I mean, you really do have to use it as a building block. And if you are gifted or become accomplished as a writer, you can't go wrong once you get into radio or TV. And I love connecting students to internships, as I have. And by the way, I've worked for ABC, NBC, and CBS and Fox affiliates. Before moving here, I worked as a sportscaster and a news commentator for KDKA Radio, which is the world's first commercial radio station. I also was the Steelers and the Pittsburgh Pirates Major League Baseball pregame and postgame host from the dugout. I also did Steelers game day analysis, and in so doing, had some of my clips air on shows like ESPN's game day pregame show, and then another clip of Cordell Stewart and I interviewing him aired on the NFL Today.
At the same time, you had the 100+ shows with Jerome Bettis.
Oh yeah, Jerome Bettis, Pro Football Hall of Famer, of course. Arguably the greatest big back the Steelers have ever had, including Franco Harris. 7th or 8th leading rusher in NFL history. And from 1996 through the 2002 season, we did 17 shows a year, plus playoffs, plus AFC championships, plus a couple Super Bowls. And so he was in my studio once every Monday in a show cleverly titled Inside the Red Zone, which in football parlance means when the team gets inside the 20-yard line. What I enjoy about teaching the most, and kidding aside, I mean, if I can lead them in some way or give them that encouragement in some way or find a way to hone or perfect their skill, I love being an encourager. I love helping people, connecting people, watching them succeed. I want to find a way to get them to feel and to be all the time self-motivated, because being self-motivated is the key to success. But I was flown to New York City by an agent who wanted to hire me at age 37 or 36 to become a game show host. I did the tour of his office and the studio, and I wanted to do it. I felt like I should do it, but because I was so secure in my position at KDKA, and I was scribbling out all the pros and the cons, and there were a lot of pros about making the move to New York and becoming a game show host on national television, and then there were some cons. It was basically, I tried to convince myself that I was being hired more based on my personality and how fun-loving and gregarious I am, versus whether it would be long-lasting. Because once I got to be 46 or 56, then then what? How much career security would there be at that point? But what I regret is I didn't even give it a chance. Like, I should have gone, done it, and then maybe had the opportunity to come back after several years. I've covered 5 Super Bowls as a journalist. One, I went to represent the station in more of a sales or promotion capacity, and I thought that would be the zenith. Just as I thought fulfilling my lifelong dream, becoming anchor of the Minnesota Vikings network, 80 stations over 7 states. To me, that was like, okay. But I think it is I think it is possible to realize your career dream or your life dream too soon. Like, I was 29 or 30 when I started, 33ish, 34 when I left. And so I think you can accomplish it too soon and not have a full appreciation for it while you're doing it. And so I think because I was able to live that career dream and then also cover Super Bowls of my favorite sport, pro football, I think doing all of that by the time before I was 40, just kind of led to a sense of, wow, what is my career calling? What is my vocation? What should it be? And that's why I think teaching came along at just the right time. Oh yeah, for my primary source of income, I'm sure it'll always be the businesses, because we one of our companies has evolved into a multi-million-dollar event production company. So that's going to be the number one source of revenue. But for where my heart is, what my passion is, I would say teaching. Because if you wouldn't be willing to do what you're doing for a living, big picture for free, even though you're not going to be, but if you wouldn't be willing to do it for a while for free, then you shouldn't be doing it. That's how I feel. Be you, be real, and don't be anything else.